Morning, good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So, I got some mail for you. Thought I would open up the mail. Wanted to talk a little bit about the sovereign debt crisis. So, Sri Lanka is in a world of hurt right now. They have issued out far too much debt in dollar denomination, meaning that they have to come up with an ever-increasing amount of dollars in order to pay off their debt. Now, a lot of times you're going to hear people say that the strengthening dollar is going to cause a world of pain, right? Because that's what's going to happen. There's nations, sovereign nations, and corporations all around the world who have issued out debt in dollars, U.S. dollars. They don't have anything to do with the United States. They don't have anything to do with their government, don't have anything to do with our corporations. But those sovereign entities, those corporations outside of the United States have written debt in dollars. And now, when you hear the strengthening dollar causing this pain, it's kind of gives you this idea that it's the United States that is doing this. Like, it's the United States that's putting the screws to Sri Lanka and forcing them into bankruptcy. But it wasn't the United States that forced these people or these entities or sovereign nations or corporations. The United States didn't force them into that debt. They chose to use the dollar as their debt, as, issuance of debt, because they got the best rate. So if you issue out debt in dollars, you're going to pay a lesser interest rate than if you were to try and, say, issue it out in some other foreign nation's currency or even your own domestic currency. So issuing out that debt in dollars is the best interest rate that you can get. And it just seems logical that it was the United States who, facilitated this. But it doesn't have anything to do with the United States. In fact, Sri Lanka owes all that money, or a lot of it, not all of it, but owes a good chunk of that money to China. China's the one who's bought that debt. They bought it with dollars, and they want dollars back in return. And when Sri Lanka can't pay, it's China who is going to them and saying, well, you either have to pay the full amount or extend your debt out farther, or probably give up your natural resources, right? But one way or the other, we need to get paid for the dollar-denominated debt that you promised to pay back. So when you hear a lot of people are going to say, all these nations like India and China and Russia, they're going to get out of the dollar. They're not getting out of the dollar. I mean, they're getting out of the dollar in a way that they're not restricted by the sanctions and stuff like that going on, so they can do deals with Russia. And yeah, the dollar is a nuisance, especially with the SWIFT and, the SWIFT system, as far as the communication of dollars being transferred around the world. Yeah, that's a nuisance. But there's really nothing else that is going to even remotely come close to doing what the dollar can do right now. So when you hear all these people talking about how there's this worldwide effort to get out of the dollar, there very well could be. I mean, there very well could be a time in the future where, the dollar is not used as the world reserve currency, but it's not happening anytime soon. Not by any stretch of the imagination. And I've said it before, there's two things that you really have to look for in order for there to be a world reserve currency like the United States dollar is. One, you need to be able to provide the world with a safe and liquid asset like the U.S. Treasuries. And in order to do that, you have to go incredibly deep into debt in order to provide the world with that safe and liquid asset. The other thing you have to do is provide the world with the actual dollars. And that, too, is very difficult to do unless you are going into some serious trade deficit, where you are buying far more than you export. And if you buy more than you export, what you are doing is exporting your dollars out to the rest of the world. So that's really how the United States is going to hold on to that world reserve currency, at least for the time being, is because there's no other nation that even remotely comes close to doing what the United States is doing. So think about this. As corporations, as nations start to fail, think about who has issued out the debt, who has purchased that debt, and at what currency are they using for that debt. Because that's really where the dollar is going to continue to strengthen, as far as I can tell, going into the future, is that even if you wanted out of the dollar, you have to get the dollars to pay back that debt before you can actually be out of it. So there's going to be a demand for dollars, even if people want to get out of the dollar-denominated debt. They still have to get the dollars first. And that's going to continue to strengthen the dollar. I feel that as time goes on, at least for the foreseeable future here. Now, it ain't going to last forever, and at some point the Fed will pivot. But until they actually do pivot, we're going to continue to see the dollar strengthen. Go take a look at the description. I'll leave a link to that article. And yeah, think about that for, as far as like dollar strengthening going into the future. This didn't have anything to do with the United States. It was Sri Lanka who issued out the debt in dollars. It was China who bought that debt in dollars, and it is China who wants the dollars back. And if they can't do it, then they're going to have to extend out their debt or give something up, like I'm imagining natural resources or something. Anyway, like I said, look for the links down in the description. Let's open up the mail here. I'm having a hard time talking today. Always have a hard time talking in the afternoon. I don't know, maybe it's because I've been babbling all day about stuff. Okay. This is not investment advice and is nothing for publication, but something you may want to put in the back of your mind for further study. Don't know about the price, but as far as usage, okay. Well, let's open it up and read. I just read the first thing I saw there, so. Okay. Okay, it says, let's see what it says here. It's dated 7/7/22. To Uneducated Economist, hope you are doing well. I enjoy your videos. Since you do videos, I decided to do this anonymous, but I do live in the U.S. This is not investment advice and is not for publication, but something you may want to put in the back of your mind for further study. Don't know about the price, but as for usage, there are new apps regularly being developed on Bitcoin, BSV, some enterprise level. There are 4 apps which I have used and or visit regularly on BSV. Twitch, TWETCH, social media. Stream Audi, STREAMAWITY, Stream Amity. I'm not sure. Sorry, bro. And Relax, RELAYX, Relax, NFT market, and Crypto Fights. It's a game. Hast Arcade. I'm terrible at reading, especially like handwritten stuff. All right. Also has good games. The current internet protocol is IPv4 and is running out of domain names. And the coming protocol is IPv6. I'm not sure what that is, which looks like it'll be BSV as its base money. I'm 99% sure that Craig Wright is Satoshi, who invented Bitcoin, and he's on the BSV team. Using Twetch, I have given Abigi. Man, I'm terrible at this. From Argentina, 4 cents by 4 kind, her post. This converts to days' work in pesos. Using Twitch, I have given Darlene from Venezuela 4 cents by linking her post. This converts to a day's work in bolivars. Bitcoin is working as per the original design, very low fees, almost infinite scaling. Note, Abra is telling folks to get their BSV off of Abra's exchange by the end of July. BSV wallets are Money, Button, Center B, Relax, Hand Cash, and Twitch are more. Good luck. Reference, CoinGeek.com, Woman of BSV videos, Joshua Hensley videos, script. Boy, I stumbled through that one. Sorry, guys. I hope you stuck it out. Let's get into the next one. That's, obviously, you're big into the crypto market and the BSV. I will have to read that letter again and see if it is that I can see what it is that I can figure out with that. Sorry, guys. I wish I could do a better job of translating that one out to you. Let's see what this one has to say. I feel that there's some coins in here. I'm almost thinking this is from our friend Chris, but we'll find out here. Simon, thanks for all the insight in your YouTube videos. You really got me to think against the common narrative and whatnot. I am an air marshal in the New York field office and talk a lot with my buddies about economics. Hopefully you like this coin. John, not my real name. Yeah, okay, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's take a look here. Oh, right on. New York Field Office Federal Air Marshal. That is way cool. Let me pull it out of here of the case so you guys can see it. Thank you so much, man. That is an awesome piece to have for the collection. Thank you. Uneducated Economist. You guys let me know.